Hi, everyone. Welcome to Living Wisdom and Dharma World. Today, we're going to look at the extraordinary life of the sixth patriarch, Huineng. Imagine a humble woodcutter, uneducated and unknown, rising to become one of the greatest spiritual masters in Buddhist history. That is the story of Huineng, the sixth patriarch of Chan Buddhism, a figure whose deep wisdom and radical teachings reshaped the entire landscape of Buddhist practice in China. His life is filled with moments of divine recognition, intense trials, and profound realization. He is the man who shattered the barriers of conventional learning and proved that enlightenment is not about knowledge, it's about direct experience. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video to inspire others on their path of discovery. Share your thoughts in the comments below. Your reflections may spark meaningful conversations and mutual growth. Together, let's start our exploration. A poor woodcutter with a deep understanding, Huineng was born in the 7th century in a small village in southern China. His family was extremely poor, and he never had the chance to receive formal education. Instead, he supported his mother by chopping and selling firewood. But despite his lack of literacy, his heart was already in tune with the Dharma. One day, as he was delivering firewood to a customer, he overheard someone reciting a passage from the Diamond Sutra. Let your mind function freely without abiding anywhere. Upon hearing these words, something deep inside him awakened. He instantly grasped the essence of non-attachment and profound emptiness. This was no ordinary realization. It was the seed of true awakening. Determined to pursue the path of enlightenment, he left his mother in the care of others and traveled north to study under the 5th patriarch, Hongren, at the monastery on Wangmai Mountain. The secret transmission of the Dharma. When Huineng arrived at the monastery, he was just a poor, illiterate southerner. The other monks looked down on him, and instead of being welcomed as a student, he was given menial tasks in the rice mill, husking and pounding rice. For months, he worked silently, yet his mind remained clear, his understanding deepening with each passing day. Then came a pivotal moment in Chan history. The 5th patriarch was searching for a successor. He instructed his disciples to compose a verse expressing their understanding of enlightenment. The leading disciple, Shengxiu, wrote, "The body is the Bodhi tree. The mind is like a clear mirror standing. Wipe it carefully time and again, lest dust should gather upon it." This verse reflected a gradual approach to enlightenment, one where the mind is purifying over time. It was an elegant and respectable teaching, but something was missing. Huineng, despite being an illiterate laborer, asked someone to write a verse for him on the monastery wall. His response was strikingly different. Bodhi originally has no tree. The bright mirror has no stand. Originally, there is not a single thing. Where could dust collect? Upon seeing this, the 5th patriarch immediately recognized Huineng's profound insight. Late that night, he secretly summoned Huineng and transmitted the true Dharma to him, handing him the robe and begging bowl, the symbols of the lineage. However, this succession was controversial, and for his safety, Huineng was advised to flee. Years in hiding, and the return to teaching, Huineng disappeared into the mountains, living among hunters for many years, waiting for the right time to teach. He did not reveal his enlightenment, nor did he claim his place as the 6th patriarch. He simply lived, observing, meditating, and refining his realization in silence. Then, one day, he arrived at a temple in Guangzhou, where a famous monk was lecturing on the Nirvana Sutra. As Huineng listened, he couldn't help but offer his understanding. The monks were astonished at his clarity, and when they learned that he was the very Huineng who had received the robe and bowl of the patriarchs, his reputation spread instantly. From this moment on, he began to teach openly, and his radical approach to Chan Buddhism reshaped the tradition forever. The core of Huineng's teaching. Huineng's teachings are direct, simple, and powerful. He rejected the idea that enlightenment was something to be cultivated over time. Instead, he taught that Buddha nature is already present. One simply has to realize it. He famously said, "From the outset, all beings are already complete. There is no need to grasp or reject. Simply see your true nature and be free." Unlike earlier teachings that emphasized meditation as a gradual purification, Huineng taught sudden enlightenment and immediate awakening to the truth. He often pointed out that no scripture, no mantra, no ritual could replace direct insight into one's own mind. When asked about meditation, he responded, "Meditation is not about sitting still or keeping the mind empty. True meditation is to be awake in all moments, whether moving, standing, sitting, or lying down." His teachings emphasized non-duality. He rejected the separation of ordinary life and enlightenment. He said, "To seek the Buddha outside yourself is to go against your own nature. To see your nature is to see the Buddha." The famous debate with a monk over a flag. One day, as Huineng walked past a temple, he saw two monks arguing over a fluttering flag. One monk insisted, "The flag is moving." The other argued, "No, it is the wind that moves." Huineng, overhearing them, simply said, "It is neither the flag nor the wind that moves. It is your mind that moves." With this one sentence, he shattered their conceptual thinking and pointed them toward direct realization. The Platform Sutra, his legacy to the world. Unlike the earlier patriarchs, whose teachings were mostly oral, Huineng's teachings were compiled into a text called the Platform Sutra. This is the only Chan Buddhist text that is considered a sutra, elevating it to a canonical status in Buddhism. The Platform Sutra remains one of the most influential Buddhist texts, emphasizing direct realization, the illusory nature of conceptual attachments, and the immediacy of enlightenment. In one of its most famous passages, Huineng states, "When deluded, one is a sentient being. When awakened, one is a Buddha. The difference is only a single moment of realization." This statement became a cornerstone of Chan and later Zen teachings, showing that enlightenment is not a distant goal, but something available right here, right now. The death and final teaching of a master. As Huineng's life drew to a close, his disciples gathered around him, seeking his final instruction. He told them, "There is no birth, there is no death. When the time comes, let it be." With that, he entered deep meditation and passed away peacefully. Master Huineng body remains incorrupt to this day. When he passed away, his disciples chose not to cremate him. Instead, they performed a special preservation ritual, and miraculously, his body never decayed. Today, over 1,300 years later, Huineng's body is still seated in meditation posture at Nanhua Temple in Guangdong, China. It's astonishing to think that despite the passage of time, his physical form remains mostly intact. His relics were enshrined, and his teachings continued to spread, influencing generations of Chan and Zen practitioners across China, Japan, Korea, and beyond. The everlasting echo of Huineng's wisdom. Huineng's legacy is more than just his teachings. It is the radical shift he brought to Buddhism. He took the Dharma out of the realm of scholars and monks and placed it in the hands of ordinary people. He showed that enlightenment is not about study, effort, or discipline. It is about direct realization of the truth, here and now. Even today, his words continue to ring true. Look into your own mind. There is nothing to attain. There is nothing to grasp. The Buddha you seek is none other than your own nature. And so, the story of Huineng is not just a history lesson, it is an invitation to stop searching, stop grasping, and awaken to the truth that has been present all along. Thank you for joining in this exploration with Living Wisdom and Dharma World. If you found this video insightful, please like, share, and subscribe to Living Wisdom and Dharma World for more teachings on the path to enlightenment, which also allows the system to recommend to more people to the discovery. May your practice and pursuit of truth bring you wisdom, happiness, and liberation.